Good evening, fourth graders. We are going to keep working on our subtraction standard algorithm today. Today's topic is subtracting across zeros. So please do me a favor, pause the video at this point, write this at the top of your next free page in your math notebook. And after you have done that, close your math notebook, but mark your page so that you can just focus during the I do. All right, now the notebook is closed. So remember, through the connect and the I do, just go ahead and listen, think, engage your brain, but don't write anything down. So let's do a quick review. We were working on the subtraction standard algorithm, and I just want to review real fast how regrouping works, kind of verbally. So in this problem, I need to take 6 ones away from 5 ones, which I cannot do. There's not enough. So what I do is I'm gonna regroup this 10 into 10 ones. I'm not really changing my number. I'm just regrouping a 10 into 10 ones so that I can do 15 ones minus 6 ones is 9 ones. And then I'm going to have to do that again here. I need to take 7 tens away from 0 tens, which I obviously can't do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 100 and I'm going to regroup it into 10 tens. 10 tens make 100. So I'm just moving that 100 over a place and making it into 10 so that I can do 10 minus 7 is 3 and 2 minus 1 is 100. So that difference in those two numbers is 139. That regrouping can get a little tricky when the first number in the problem has a lot of zeros. So I want to talk you through that real quick. So this says a college professor makes about $4,500 for teaching an online class. She has to pay $832 in taxes. How much money does she end up with after she pays the taxes? So these zeros are going to cause me a little bit of an issue when I try to subtract. So I'm going to line up all my places. Weird looking 3. And then here's what happens to me, right? I need to take 2 away from 0, which I cannot do, which means I need to regroup a 10 into 10 ones, but I don't have a 10 to regroup into 10 ones, so I'm kind of stuck. So the process of doing that is I'm just going to have to regroup twice. Since I need a 10 here to regroup into ones, but I don't have one, I'm going to go over another spot, and I'm going to try to regroup 100 first into 10 tens. So I took 100 and moved it over into 10 tens and regrouped, and I did that so now I can come over to this 10 tens and borrow one of them to make 10 ones. That's how I did it. Let me walk you through that thought one more time, just in case you have never thought of it that way. So I need to take a 10 to make 10 ones to do this, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over another spot, and I'm first going to regroup here. I'm going to regroup 100 into 10 tens. 10 tens makes 100. And the reason I'm going to do that is now I can regroup one of these into 10 ones. I can take one of these 10 tens and make it into 10 ones, and now I can subtract. So that's how it's like a double regroup. I take 100 and make it into 10 so that I can make a 10 into 1. So now I can do 10 minus 2 is 8. I can do 9 minus 3 is 6. I'm going to have to regroup again here, kind of the normal way. 4 minus 8 is not something I can do, so I'm going to take 1,000 and I'm going to regroup that 1,000 into 10 hundreds. 14 minus 8 is 6. 3 minus nothing is 3. And so she takes home $3,668. All right, let's do one together. So remember, on we do, up to you. If you want to pause, try to work this out in your notes yourself, and then check it, and then play it, you may. If you want to watch me do the whole thing, then pause it, write it down, you may. Or if you want to kind of pause and restart as you go and work step by step, you may do that too. So average new car costs $35,000. Can you believe that? That is a lot of money. And the average first payment is $432. So after I pay that $432, how much does this person still owe on the car after making the first payment? So a lot of regrouping issues here, right? I see 0 minus 0 minus 0 minus. This is going to take a lot of serious regrouping. So let's think through it this way. So I want to start here and work this way. And I can't do 0 minus 2, so I need to borrow or regroup a 10 into 10 ones, but I don't have one. So then I would look over and try to regroup 100 into 10 tens, but I don't have one. So I'm going to go over another spot to start my process. I'm going to come all the way to the 5. I'm at the 5,000. I'm going to take one of those thousands to make 10 hundreds. Now I'm not ready to do anything. That's my first step. I'm going to regroup 1,000 into 10 hundreds. I do that so that I can take one of those hundreds and make 10 tens out of it. And the reason I do that is that I want to take one of those tens and make it into 10 ones. And now I can do it. Let me walk you through that one more time so you understand what I'm doing. I'm going to take 1,000 to make 10 hundreds. The reason I made 10 hundreds is because I need to regroup one of those hundreds to make 10 tens. And the reason I needed to do that is I needed to regroup one of those tens to make 10 ones. Now I'm in the clear and I can do all my subtracting. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 4 is 5. 4 minus 0 is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3. And it would still owe $34,568 after that one payment. Boy, that's sure still a lot to owe. All right, that is regrouping across zeros. We will try 2 more together in class tomorrow after you have thought this through, written down your example, and understand what we've done so far. We'll do your you-dos when you get to class tomorrow. See you then.